You can win the debate and lose the soul. I've actually watched it happen. Packed room, confident apologists, rapid fire Arabic terms, historical critiques, logical traps snapping shut. The Muslim interlocutor stumbles. The crowd applauds, Christians feel triumphant, and afterwards he walks out unchanged. No questions about Christ, no trembling over sin, no hunger for grace, just intellectual bruises. We won the exchange, but heaven did not rejoice. That's the danger. Apologetics can quickly become performance, and performance is intoxicating. You feel sharp, impressive, in control. You dismantle objections, expose contradictions, collect clips, build a platform. And if we were honest, sometimes we don't actually want conversion. We want validation. We want to be seen as strong, unshakable, and unbeatable. What if your strongest argument has been masking your weakest proclamation? If I've had conversations where I've answered every objection and walked away realizing I never clearly preached Christ, and when that realization settled in, it didn't feel powerful, it felt hollow. Because I hadn't failed intellectually, I failed missionally. Most Muslims are not primarily listening to see who wins. They are listening for coherence. They already believe God is merciful. But is he just in a way that truly satisfies justice? Is he just in that way? They already believe in judgment, but where is assurance? They already believe in revelation, but can God draw near without compromising his holiness? They are asking, do justice and mercy actually meet? Is forgiveness certain or merely hoped for? Is salvation secured or still being weighed? If all they hear is critique of Islam, but not clarity about Christ, they've walked away convinced. There is a difference between polemics and proclamation. Polemics, when not done right, can actually tear down. Proclamation of the gospel raises the dead. Polemics can expose error, but proclamation reveals glory. Polemics may win arguments, but only proclamation saves. Paul did not say, I resolve to master rebuttals. He said, I resolve to know nothing except Jesus Christ and him crucified. This is not anti-intellectual. It is a cross-centered faith. So what does clarity actually sound like? Hear the gospel plainly. God is holy, perfect, and just, and he created us to know him. We have sinned, not merely made mistakes, but we've rebelled. We stand guilty before a righteous judge. God's justice demands judgment. God is also merciful. In love, the Father sent his Son, Jesus Christ, who is fully God and fully man. He lived the life we failed to live, perfectly obedient. Then he went to the cross, not as a victim, but as a substitute. On the cross, Jesus absorbed the wrath we deserved. He did not sweep justice aside, he exhausted it. 3 days later, Jesus rose from the dead, proving sin was paid for and death was defeated. Now God commands all people everywhere to repent and believe, not trust in works, not hope your scale tips in your favor, not attempt to balance your record, but rely entirely on Christ. You see, forgiveness is not earned. It is granted because the penalty was paid in full. Righteousness is credited. Salvation is secure. That is clarity. And this is what Muslims need to hear. Yes, answer objections. Yes, challenge inconsistencies. Yes, think carefully and argue carefully. But never let critique replace proclamation. Because the stakes are eternal. Muslims do not need to see how clever we are. They need to see how sufficient Christ is. If you are a pastor, a Christian apologist, a missionary, or a Christian who regularly engages Muslims, you felt the pressure. You walked away wondering, did I just win a point, or did I make Christ clear? We need training that keeps the cross central, even in confrontation. And that's why in 2026, I'm creating an advanced class that is Advanced Islamic Apologetics and Gospel Clarity. Not to train performers, but to train proclaimers. Inside this training, you will learn how to expose Islamic theological tensions without drifting from the gospel, transition from objection to proclamation naturally and confidently, articulate substitution, assurance, and incarnation in ways Muslims actually understand. Keep every conversation driving toward Christ crucified and risen. Because arguments don't save, Christ does. If you want confidence without pride, precision without performance, and conversations that leave Christ unmistakably clear, then join me. Join me. Let's stop merely winning arguments and start seeing heaven rejoice.